Hello people, it's a secret anime fan here, and today's video is on Shakuyaku, or better known as Shakky. This video will cover their history, abilities, personality, and usually a bit of discussion about the character in general. Expect spoilers for One Piece, and let's get started. Shakky was once a pirate many years ago, at least 42 years, but then decided to give up the life of a pirate to open a bar on Sabayodi. Being that she opened a bar 42 years ago, she was most likely a pirate before that for some time, I would expect. So yes, that youngish looking woman you see on the screen is actually 64 after the 2 year time skip, that is, meaning she was 22 when she gave the life of being a pirate, which to be honest does not leave much time for piracy. But then again, Luffy has achieved a lot in his short time of being alive. Anyway, sometime after that, she, along with Rayleigh, helped Boa Hancock and her sisters during a time of need. I might go more into that in a bit. Other than that, we know that Hatchan at some point met Shakky and the two formed a relationship. This was all before the start of the One Piece story. Moving on to the present story, we are first actually introduced to Shakky during the Sabaody arc, when Hatchan knows of a ship cutter for the Straw Hats. They go to Shakky's bar, which by the way is called Shakky's Ripoff Bar. When they enter, they witness Shakky beating up 3 pirates, and she promptly chucks them out. Despite that, though, she actually comes off nothing but friendly, calm, and collected, which is definitely part of her personality. Just don't get on the wrong side of her, I guess. She's not fazed by Luffy and Brook raiding her fridge, and even pulls a joke on Chopper, pretending to charge him 100,000 belly or berry for the cotton candy that she gave him, meaning she's likely a joker as well. She quickly displays a deep knowledge of the Straw Hats, but is surprised that the Straw Hats have acquired a new member, and a skeleton no less. She even knows why the Straw Hats have come to her bar without anyone telling her. She informs that Rayleigh has been gone for half a year, and they will have to look for him in the lawless area of Sabaody or the amusement park. She warns the Straw Hats that are present that currently there are 9 other people on Sabaody with a bounty of over 100 million belly bounties, and there's 11 of them. Luffy and Zoro are part of the 11 supernovas. She seems to care for the Straw Hats' safety, meaning she likely has a caring personality for people that she likes, or her friends, or even her friends of her friends. She also mentions that the legendary marine Monkey D. Garp once chased her across the Grand Line, which I will talk more about later on. We next hear after some of the crazy stuff that happened on Sabaody had unravelled, which you have to go check out for yourself. This time all the Straw Hats have gathered at the bar, with Rayleigh as well. She does not say much, but she does say that she's a fan of Luffy. She's seen yet again later talking to and treating Hatchan's wounds, where she informs him and the people present there that the Straw Hats are likely in trouble. But yet again, you have to find it out for yourself. She does say one last thing of interest during that scene, though, and she says this: the current era is slowly changing, so the Straw Hats must catch and hold on to the waves that will inevitably wash it away to survive, indicating that she might have quite the insightful personality. And that wraps up the Sabaody arc. She's seen here and there. Again, she's seen talking about the Straw Hats after the Marineford arc, and talks about protecting the Straw Hats ship, the Thousand Sunny. Then she's seen again once we see the Straw Hats triumphant return to Sabaody. Their destination to regroup is Shakky's Ripoff Bar, of course. She helps the Straw Hats by providing useful information that the Marines may be onto them, as well as informing them about other stuff that's happening. And that's about it for her history. I've of course left a bit of info out here and there, but I hope you grasp what kind of personality she has by her history. That's the new format I'm going with. Now let's move on to her power and abilities. Not much is known about her power, and we know like nothing about any abilities that she has, so I'm gonna have to make assumptions here. We of course already know one useful ability that she has, and that is intel gathering and keen perception and intelligence. She time and time again displays spot on assessments and judgments of characters and events. For example, she manages to guess Luffy and Boa Hancock plans to infiltrate Impel Down, and even correctly guesses that Boa Hancock has affections for Luffy. Then there's, of course, what I talked about earlier, that she managed to beat up 3 pirates with ease and quite violently too. And when you watch the anime, she chucked them from her bar all the way down this long set of stairs, which must be at least 100 meters. So that's pretty impressive to do. Now, here comes the speculation part. Given that she was chased by Garp all across the Grand Line, we can assume that Garp deemed her a viable threat. To bump into Garp and survive is no small feat, but to do it multiple times is quite amazing. So she must have been quite strong and likely had a high bounty. How high? Well, it's hard to tell. She did, after all, give up being a pirate at 22. If we take the 11 supernovas, which of course include Luffy and Zoro, as I said before, a lot of them are in their 20s at the time of their introduction, with bounties ranging from 108 million to 315 million. We can assume she had a bounty of at least 100 million at the time of her retirement. Given that she said Garp chased her all around the Grand Line, we can assume she travelled to the New World, the second and much harder part of the Grand Line, where 100 million belly bounty is not particularly impressive, if you're a big shot that is, and where we saw many of the supernovas initially struggle in their first venture into the Grand Line, the New World even. So hey, she may have managed a higher bounty. Of course, this is all speculation, so don't get too mad. Now, let's have even more fun with this. There is the speculation out there that Shakky may have been part of the Roger Pirates, and this does have some merit. One, she's good friends with Rayleigh. Two, and sorry to keep bringing this up, but yep, Garp also chased Gol D, Roger and his crew all across the Grand Line. Her intelligence and potential usefulness and personality would have likely intrigued Roger, and she may well have been the navigator of the crew. And to be honest, I just based that off her mirroring Nami's role. To be honest, we know Nami is very intelligent, and Robin too, who also kind of reminds me of Shakky. I would actually say Shakky reminds me a lot more of Robin than Nami, but they're kind of like a blend of the two. You get Shakky in a way. Now, there is one problem with this, and that's the timeline doesn't quite match up. Shakky gave up being a pirate 46 years ago. Roger and his crew started their final adventure 26 years ago. If we add Luffy's age at the time, 17, 17 plus 26 equals 43. So she wouldn't have travelled with them to Raftel, but that doesn't mean she wasn't part of the Roger Pirates, their crew. The Royal Pirates didn't form 26 years ago. They were around before then. So I like to think she just decided to start a bar on Sabaody when the Roger Pirates stopped there. Having liked the island, she decided to open a bar. Now, there's also the speculation she is part of the Rocks Pirates, a pirate crew that had quite the impressive array of members, whom, you guessed it, clashed with Garp in the past. This speculation seems to be more favoured of the two in the community, due to the recent manga revelations, plus the math makes more sense than the Roger speculation. The Rocks Pirates disbanded 38 years before the start of the story. 5 years after the disbanding of the crew, the remaining Rocks Pirates went on to form their own crews. So maybe she had her own crew, but then when all the former Rocks Pirates formed their crews, she chose to give the life of a pirate because she thought, it's a new era. I'm going to stop becoming a pirate now. Maybe she tagged along with one of the former Rocks Pirates whilst they were forming their crews. But when their crews were fully formed, she didn't quite like it, and then she decided to give up the life of a pirate. The speculations are many. You can make many about Shakky and her history. That's kind of what makes her an interesting character. I do have one more speculation before I end. I believe, or not believe, I can speculate that maybe Shakky may have well been part of Amazon Lily, an island filled with only women. I just base this off the fact that when Shakky sends Boa Hancock a letter, she, along with her sisters plus the elder that is present there, talk as if she's one of their own. But then again, Shakky did help the Boa sisters escape from slavery, so that's reason enough to talk fondly of her. Go watch that for yourself, make up your own opinion. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I do more anime and manga content on my channel. Please like and subscribe, and see ya.